Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Karina and I'm an expert in public relations and mass communications. And in this video, I'm going to follow the previous video that I talked about how to invoke certain experience or how to manifest or create certain reality or something in your reality. So what I have figured out is that this thing that we call manifestation is actually experience. So we have certain life experience, and that is what manifestation is. It is not just receiving an object or creating certain, managing certain relationship or something like that. It is a full experience, like our experience. Okay, so what I have figured out, because I somehow keep figuring those things out for whatever reason. Okay, so what I figured out is that an experience consists of not only feelings but actions, feelings, thoughts, and also reciprocity from the people around you and the environment. So this is what a full experience is. And it kind of starts with your feelings, your state of being, not just the feelings, but the full state of being. That's how you start, and then this experience kind of unfolds. Okay, so in this matter I have also figured out, by the way, I don't know how I figured those things out. Honestly, it's kind of, probably those videos sound a little insane, but yeah, just hear me out and just put in the comments if you have something to add, because I'm gonna be very grateful if somebody helps me really figure this out. Okay, so what I figured out about the feelings is that our feelings actually have two major functions, and one of the functions is to tell us about the environment. So it is not always a good idea to neglect your feelings or to ignore them, because sometimes exactly the way that you feel tells you something. For example, somebody misbehave, somebody is mean, somebody is disrespectful, and then you feel that, you feel a certain way, you don't feel good around this person. But when somebody tells you, okay, you're just being too sensitive, you shouldn't feel this way, then you kind of ignore your feelings and you don't call this out. Or let's say you say, okay, regardless of this person, I'm still going to choose, let's say, to do my job or to do whatever I need to do despite my feelings. So in this particular situation, your feelings actually are there to tell you something about the environment, because this is possibly somebody that you need to go away from, or there's something that, or somebody that you need to confront. So there's certain reaction that is necessary from you, because you have this kind of feelings or sensations, or you kind of have this experience basically that you don't want, and you kind of don't want to agree to put up with this kind of behavior, let's say. Okay, so there is this function. You have feelings that is telling you about the environment, and this goes back to when people were living in caves, because back then, let's say you have fear, then that fear is telling you that there's danger and you may need to run. Okay, so this is pretty much simplified, but that's one function of the feelings, to tell you about the environment. But then there is another function of the feelings, and this is feelings that kind of create the reality and the experiences that you have. And this is more about your constant state of being or constant state of feeling, you know, the way that you usually feel. Let's say you feel this way in this particular moment with that person that I gave example with, but then when you go away from this person, your normal state of being is you feel good, you feel joy, you feel calm, right? But let's say if that's not your state of being, if your state of being is anxiety, and I'm giving example with anxiety because back in the days I actually dealt with anxiety. I had very high levels of anxiety, and those high levels of anxiety were manifesting, or they were creating a lot of negative experiences for me. And now I'm trying to not have as a primary state as anxiety. And what I'm noticing is when I have another state of being, then the experiences, the majority of the experiences from the environment are actually positive, actually exactly what I need, or exactly what I want to have as experiences and what I want to invoke. So when I'm in a state of being, or I feel mostly good and calm, then the whole environment and the whole reality around me kind of shapes. But I also think there is another explanation, and I think that our state of being actually is felt by other people. Let's say I can give example with my work. If I at work I want to achieve certain results or sell a product, then if I'm in a positive state of being, if I'm calm, if I'm feeling joy, then there's more likely that this person will buy the product that I sell. But if I'm all nervous, then the person will feel my nervousness and they will most likely not buy, or they are less likely to buy, because this nervousness will create distrust, or maybe it's going to make them nervous as well. So our whole state of being and our full experience, that includes words, actions, feelings, the way that the environment responds to us, all of this kind of creates reality or manifests. I'm very curious to know if you think that this is correct, or maybe if I'm getting something wrong, because literally I get proofs about it over and over again. You know, whenever I feel something that is not going to happen, like something that I'm worried about, is this going to happen, is this going to happen, let's say something that is important for me, if I put this frustration as feelings, it turns to not happen. But lately I literally had somebody from the bakery right in front of me at work literally came towards me, and it was in the end of the day that I was so hungry. She literally gave this little pack with two kind of like muffins in it, and this was so cute. And I understand that she wants to earn new clients for her business, but the way this happens in that lady's whole energy was very nice. She literally handed this pack with the two muffins, and she said, present, like this is present for you. And it was so nice. It was not even about the food or the muffins, but it was the whole experience that the way that happened, and I didn't even expect it. But it was at a moment that I kind of felt good. I kind of felt certain way. I kind of felt like for whatever reason I felt really good at this moment when this happened. So again, I'm really curious, what do you think about all of this? Do you know something about it? Can you explain maybe in the comments? I'll be very grateful. Thank you very much and have a great day.